Native language support is the best way to implement your multilingual assistant. Let's start with a small recap of the native supported languages. At the moment, out of the box, ODA supports English, Spanish, Portuguese, French, Arabic, Italian, Dutch, and German. This means the NLP engine is pre-trained in all of these languages and detects and understands them, which allows for an easy multilingual implementation. To ensure that outgoing messages are correctly delivered in the appropriate language, it's important to use resource bundles that are specific to each language supported by the digital assistant. It's important to understand how native language support works. In natural language processing, encoding text into high-dimensional vectors is crucial for numerical representations. These vectors capture semantic information, with each element representing a specific feature. This enables tracking similarities and relations, aiding in tasks like word similarity calculation. Pre-trained models offer a great starting point, but fine-tuning refines them with specific use case training data. Modern language models, like the one in the Oracle Digital Assistant, are capable of mapping sentences from multiple languages into a single vector space. This allows us to compare the similarity between different sentences, regardless of the language they are written in. By measuring the distance between vectors in this space, we can determine the semantic similarity between different sentences. Pre-trained models are available that support a range of different languages, allowing us to work with text in many different languages right out of the box. When building an intent model for a digital assistant, it's typically trained in a base language, which is usually the most commonly used language for the intended audience. However, with the advent of zero-shot learning, the intent model can also understand secondary languages without any additional training data. Zero-shot learning allows the intent model to recognize patterns in other languages that it hasn't been trained on and understand their meanings. This makes it possible to expand the reach of the digital assistant to speakers of other languages without incurring the cost and time of building a separate model for each language. Few-shot learning can also be used to add additional training data to the model, which can further improve its understanding of other languages. This approach involves providing a small amount of training data in the target language, which the model can use to refine its understanding of the language. Here is an example of a skill that supports 3 languages. Only the primary language, which is English, has training data. The secondary languages, Portuguese and Spanish, have no added utterances. This is what we call zero-shot learning, showing the power of ODA pre-trained model. Even without any additional training, the utterances in the secondary languages are getting properly resolved to the expected intent. Obviously, if you can add utterances to the secondary languages, it will make the model even better. You don't need to add the same number as for the primary language. Aim at 20 to 30% of that. And do involve native speakers instead of translation services. Apart from the utterances, you will need to also add data for the entities. As you can see here, entities also have tabs for the secondary languages. And as mentioned before, resource bundles should have the responses for all the supported languages. At runtime, all of this works seamlessly, and it allows us to have the same conversation in all the supported languages. Check out our assistant RT for more information. The link is available in the description.